Hello. I think it's been a while, but I'm here now. And I had some thoughts on feelings and how, as adults, like, so here's the thing. As children, we are taught to accommodate, to wait, to have manners. But also, parents are trying to find this balance of letting their kids express themselves, but in healthy ways that don't harm them or harm others. And I think the damage occurs when you go too far in either direction, because you end up with either people pleasers or selfish narcissists. And so the goal is somewhere in the middle, right? A healthy balance, because you got to be a little narcissistic to survive in the world, because there's always going to be somebody telling you you're not good, you're not good enough, you're not whatever the thing is. And so in order to get past that and move towards your own goals and live your own life to the fulfilling conclusion it can be, you got to be a little self-delusional. Because even if you are that thing, you have to deny being that thing. It's even if you see it in the mirror, you have to deny that you don't meet the standard of beauty. And so you get the label fat or ugly or whatever the outward expression is that somebody else doesn't like and they've told you isn't enough. Or it could be non-physical. It could be a personality thing. Somebody might hate the way you laugh. Whatever. Does that mean, the laugh one especially. If someone else hates your laugh, are you really going to deny yourself the joy of a heartfelt, belly-felt, body-felt belly laugh when the right joke comes from your friend? Are you really going to deny yourself that because somebody else said that you got an ugly laugh? So, my point is, you got to be both. You got to be a little narcissistic, and you do have to be a little people-pleasing. The people-pleasing part is the accommodation part, the manners part, because we can't all have our own personal public restroom. We got to share it. And so that means that I do my part to keep the public space nice, comfortable, stress-free for you. And you try to do the same for me. That's common courtesy. Common courtesy is people-pleasing, but it's for the common good, which includes you, me, and everybody else. But if you do it too much, especially with people who are on the other end of the spectrum and they're narcissistic, they'll take advantage. And unfortunately, I don't know if that's the right word. It might be intentionally, depending on where you're sitting in it. Capitalism, our current society, will take advantage of your people pleasing and use you up. And when I say use you up, I mean literally use you up. Because what you are is your light force. It's your spirit of being. It's your battery. It's your energy that keeps you here. It's your what they call it? Your zest for life, your reason for being, your say magnifique, whatever it is that keeps you here waking up in the morning. Because it's all a choice, right? And the reason I say it's a choice to stay here and be here is because our brains are our most powerful machines, which means that we control our brains. A person's willpower, and this is part of my connecting too, right? A person's willpower is a muscle that they build up over time. The people who do the hunger strikes, those same people, now put them on the spectrum with the people who act like if you don't eat every 4 hours, you gonna die. Them same people, they exist on the spectrum. As far as the willpower, the endurance, their thinking on what is acceptable or not acceptable for the body to endure between meals, like them people exist on the same spectrum. And like we got to see them both at the same time. Although a lot of us try to look away from and not recognize the person on the hunger strike, because that involves real physical pain. And I think on some level we know that. Like the body, the nervous system, your consciousness and how you perceive it, and you perceive it through your nervous system, but the body's ability to endure pain, you can't replicate it. You can't replicate it. It differs from person to person. But you start establishing that when you're born. You come through your mother's birth canal. That's pressure on the body you ain't never felt before. Pressure. Physical pressure on a body that has never felt physical pressure before. Coming into the atmosphere, like you gotta, like we don't feel gravity and like we are not conscious. Most of us are not conscious of the force of gravity on our bodies on the day to day. But imagine being a brand new person in the world and you have not experienced gravity for yourself except through your mother's womb, where you were suspended in a solution similar to salt water that made you almost weightless. Right? And so now you enter the world through pressure. That's your sense of touch. Right? Your whole life, you learning to tolerate the touch of others. So that's why people, on the spectrum of autism, some of them have not developed the tolerance for the sense of touch from certain people, right? And like you see it minor in other people. Like I got a cousin, she can't stand the feel of velvet. She don't even want you to say velvet, the word, because it evokes in her the feeling of velvet, which she has no tolerance for. Some people with certain food aversions, right? That's your sense of taste that you never cultivated past a certain point. This is how we develop into human beings via our tolerance and via our, some of it self-imposed, was taught to us. The thing though is that balance that your parents help you establish, that's what parenting really is. At least one thing it really is. Sorry, I'm going to say at least one thing it really is. It's what you told me. A parent's place is to prepare a child to go out into the world on their own. And that process, I'm telling you, is tolerance and acceptance.